Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Hiya Toys Predator 2 movie, Warrior Predator, Elder Predator, and Boar Predator figures review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
Alright, so shout out to my man Mr. Wang over in Hong Kong from Hiya Toys. I reviewed some stuff from Hiya Toys some years back. It might have been like 5 or 6 years ago when they first launched the line and they were putting out the aliens from the Aliens movie and the Colonial Marines. I really wanted to get some of those little Colonial Marines. By the way, this is 3/4 inch stuff, and it's been 3/4 inch stuff that they've been putting out. But they've put out quite a few things that have been kind of pricey, and they kind of been up and down with the price point. But I've always been in contact with them, and I've checked them out at Toy Fair and Comic-Con and different events that they show up at, and I've had to maintain a decent relationship with Mr. Wang over there. So again, shout out to you. And so he hit me up a month or so back and asked if I wanted to check out the new Predator figures, and I said sure. And I've been holding on to them for a little while, but now I'm gonna get into these. I'm gonna get into all three of these actually. Take a look at the box. This is the Warrior Predator. You can see how that looks on the back. Predator 2 on the sides. I'm assuming that these were the Predators that showed up in Predator 2 at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert! After Danny Glover had done his thing and he showed up on the ship, because there was quite a few Predators that showed up in that scene. So yeah, I'm gonna go over all three of these guys, and then I'm gonna get something going, get a little display going. I bought some real cheap, like little little Marines figures, and try to get something going, show you something on a display front. So I can see the improvement in quality in these from the last set of Aliens figures that I had. To be perfectly honest with you, I was in the middle of the review of those figures, and they were just like falling apart under the pressure of me just articulating them in the review, and I stopped the review in the middle of the review. Again, this was some years ago, but I can definitely see that they have stepped up their game here. These all look pretty decent, man, for 3/4 inch figures. They have decent detail and articulation, so I'm not actually mad at it, and it looks like you can do some minor kit bashing and swapping parts between the three of them, so not bad here. From left to right, you've got the Warrior Predator, Boar Predator, and the Elder Predator, and this is probably in the order from my least like to my favorite, going left to right as well. So let's look at the accessories. Taking a close look at the Warrior Predator. Out of the package, he comes with two hands that are like semi-open, and it should be noted that on the right hand here, this little device, you can actually extend these claws and retract them. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty that's a nice little detail here for such a small figure. But like I said, the actual paint applications and the details here are not bad at all. He looks pretty good. You get these under some cool dramatic lighting and get some flames and some explosions and some other things going, you could probably definitely put together some nice toy photography, A.C.B.A. So let's swap on his other hands. Actually, you know what? He has one accessory that he can hold, so let's look at that. There you go. He's got his little staff retracted. I see that the other two guys come with the staff elongated, but like I said, you can mix and match, and you can swap the parts between each one of them. So that looks good. He can hold it with no problem. The hands were soft, sort of pliable plastic. And then he also comes with this little Destructo disc. And that can actually be plugged in right here, so you can hold it there. You know, they have these discs that they can kind of throw at people to chop them up or what have you. I don't know. Let me see if I can get this on 1 second. And that's not really on there as snug as I would like, but there are two little prongs here where you can port this on, but it looks like I'm gonna have to heat it up a little bit to really push it on there where it's sitting flush, but you get the idea. And then aside from that, he's got a couple of interchangeable hands. Here's a quick look at those pegs. You can see a little ball peg. And there you go. He's got two open hands, and this thing keeps falling off the disc. But yeah, that's cool. That definitely adds a little playability to this guy. You know, I always say that any interchangeable hands or heads can definitely add to the fun factor and the ability for you to do quite a bit display-wise. So that looks pretty good. As you can see, the articulation is pretty decent. I'll go over the articulation after I look at the other two guys a little closer. And it should be noted that each of them are packed in with this little base, so you can plug them in by the bottom of their foot to this base, but then each of these bases have some connectors where you can put them all together as one base. I guess the more Predators you collect, then you can do a larger base. So taking a closer look at the Boar Predator, which again is probably my second favorite. You can see most of his skin is exposed, but he's still rocking a helmet. He's got this little sports bra on. I don't know what's going on there, and you know, the mesh that most of the Predators wear. They are from a Jamaican planet, I guess. I don't know. But he looks pretty good. Like I said, the detail here is decent. It is pretty damn good for 3 3/4 inch. I'm trying to rotate this bicep here, and you can see his gauntlets. And again, he's got this same sort of area so you can attach the disc. And I'll show you his accessories. And I'm still having a hard time getting a disc to stay on there. Like I said, I'm gonna really take to this with some hot water and get that to stay. But not only does he have the staff that is retracted, but he also has the elongated version for your impaling action. And this looks good. It was bent just a little bit at the tip here, but it's nothing that a little hot water and cold water can't fix. Focus. And just in the vanilla stance alone, this guy looks good. I'm excited to open up and do some displays with these shortly. But moving on. He also comes with the 2 interchangeable open hands as well. Finally, taking a closer look at the Elder Predator, which is, again, my favorite. And this is probably more closely designed to the Predator from Predator 1, I guess, minus the helmet. But he looks good, not too much skin exposed. You can see his lower garments, and he's got some skulls, and he's got the chains. He's also got the device on his shoulder for targeting. And again, the this little mechanism here on his arm can be extended and retracted. And he looks great, man. I think this might be a little larger than it needs to be, though. I think this could have been a little smaller. But everything here is working in tandem. Everything looks good. And let me just show you some of the articulation before I show you his accessories. But the heads here on our ball joint, and you can actually pop off the head. You can remove this necklace if you want, but you can see that's a ball peg. The neck can be snapped off from the body as well. I noticed that. So like I said, there is some option for you to mix and match parts. This is articulated here, so it can go up and down. I'm not sure if it can rotate here or if this can come off. Maybe this whole thing can come off. No, it doesn't look like it's coming off. But shoulders are on a ball joint. They're going to come up just about that far. Hindered a little bit because he's got a little bit of armor on there. But if this stuff wasn't in the way, you could do a full 360. I guess you still can. You do get a single jointed elbow. You get a swivel and a slight hinge on the wrist. You get upper torso articulation. I kind of wish there was a deeper ab crunch or some articulation in the lower abdomen. Unfortunately not, but the legs can come up pretty far. You got 2 ball joints at the hips, and you can see how that looks. It's double ball peg or like a barbell in there, and you can rotate at the upper thigh. You do get a double jointed knee. You get a swivel and a hinge on the foot. Unfortunately, no ankle pivot, but again, this is decent articulation, man. I'm really actually quite impressed with these. I'll show you his accessories. He's got this crazy looking knife here. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be something for him or like one of the souvenirs that they had or that they took off other species or what have you, but he can hold it with no issue. And he's got this really sort of old school gun, which again, I think that might be like a souvenir of some sort, but he can hold it, and his finger is actually in a trigger groove. Then he's also got the elongated staff. He's also packed in with 2 open hands like the previous 2 guys. And yeah, man. There he is next to the Marvel Universe Cable and Baby Hope. And Cable was a larger Marvel Universe figure, but you can see he's larger than Predator, so that wouldn't work as far as you trying to fudge the scale with those or do some kind of crossover with those. And there's the old Reveltech mini Revoltech solid snake figure. That could kind of work, I guess. You know, you do a lot of crouching with this guy, so, you know, he's really articulated, so that might work. And there's my little Elite Squad cheap figure that I bought today. And I think that works really well. You can see Predator's kind of towering over him. And that's just about the scale, I guess, in the movies as far as Predator to human ratio. Alright, so I got something quick and simple here on my man Ron from Lola Studios on his diorama. This is a diorama that was originally for 6-inch figures, but I mean one of the first displays that I did on here was with 3 3/4 inch. Was something for 3 3/4 inch, so it does work. When the trees kind of dwarf the figures, it definitely makes things pop. And I'm interested in really delving deeper into this and exploring some different things and putting all the little cheap Marines that I had in here. I'm also interested in going deeper into this line now. I'm on board. It looks like they lowered the prices of some of the individual figures, so they're about 20, 23, 24 bucks a piece, and I think that's worth it for what you get here. It's not bad at all, and you can definitely do some army building and some world building with the other Marines. So I think I might actually explore this a bit more because I'm really interested in displaying in this particular scale. It is a little easier and it is very eye-catching. But yeah, man, this is one that I would recommend, or 3 that I would recommend. Again, this is my favorite out of the 3, but I did do a little swap here. I have the head from the Boar Predator on the Elder Predator body here, and I got him taking out a couple of Marines here in the forest or the jungle or wherever the hell they at. So yeah, man, thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.
That's crispy.